Hey, what's up guys? Alex here with a new video, and today we're talking about Viltrox. Yes, Viltrox again. They just keep releasing new lenses, but today's lens is very dear to my heart because it happens to be my favorite focal length. Today, Viltrox is releasing their brand new 50mm f2 Air Series lens for full frame cameras. Now, I've changed up my setup, so if you're familiar with my YouTube channel, things might look a little different. Same setup, but different perspective. And I did that so I can do things like this. This is the first time I do it, so if it doesn't work, bear with me. But here I have the brand new Viltrox 50mm f2 Air Series lens. And as you can see, it looks just like all of Viltrox's Air Series lenses, which means it's small, it's lightweight, it's compact, and it's made entirely out of plastic. This lens will retail for $199, and just like the other Air Series lenses, it performs way outside of its price point. For context, before this lens, my favorite compact 50mm lens was the Sigma 50mm f2 I Series lens, and that lens retails, I want to say, anywhere between $700 to $800. It's made out of metal, has an aperture ring, so it's kind of a completely different build category, and it was my favorite compact 50. Outside of that one, there hasn't really been a compelling compact 50mm f2 lens for full frame cameras. And it's kind of a staple lens. That's one of Leica's best-selling lenses, a 50mm f2 Summicron. So the fact that Viltrox is releasing this one is super exciting, but it performs way outside of its price point. So I'll be playing images throughout this entire video so you can see the image quality you're going to get out of this lens because it's truly impressive. I think if you own a Sony A7C II, A7CR, any compact body, this is a must-have. I actually started shooting it with, this is going to be crazy, the OG Sony A7R. I picked up this camera a few months ago for $350, I think. It was pretty cheap, and I just wanted to play with the original camera that kind of started it all. And it's been a ton of fun pairing this camera, so you can see how small it is. It's actually smaller than any A7CR or A7C II. And pairing it with this lens has just really been a joy to use because it kind of weighs nothing. And the results have been pretty incredible. I've also, you're going to see some images, shot it with my Sony A7R5, my Sony A7CR. So this lens can definitely resolve high megapixel files. I do have to say, there's two, I won't call them issues, but two things I noticed with this lens that I have to mention. First one, this lens vignette's wide open. So all the pictures you're seeing do not have lens corrections applied because at the time of making this video, there's not a Lightroom profile for this lens. So shooting wide open, you're gonna get some vignetting. Again, once Lightroom releases their update, it should be removed, but without it, there is some vignetting. Then the second thing I noticed is this lens is not the fastest with autofocus. What do I mean by that? If you're shooting portraits, if you're shooting 90% of everyday life, you're gonna be fine. But if you're shooting fast moving subjects, this lens is not the fastest. So I was at Ocean Drive taking pictures of the beach, of the buildings, and I noticed there was tons of bikers just kind of zooming down Ocean Drive. And I thought it'd be cool to capture some action pictures of the bikers coming down. And I quickly realized that the lens could not keep up. It would get the first few frames in focus, but as the biker would kind of come to the camera, it would start missing because the motors weren't fast enough. Now that's a challenging thing to shoot, and this is a $200 lens, so I'm not gonna ding it, but I do gotta call it out. So don't expect to shoot fast moving sports with this lens and you're gonna be A-okay. Another thing you're gonna notice is how vibrant these pictures are. These colors are popping, and that is a combination of this lens and also a CPL filter, or a circular polarizing filter. Now, I'll do a video on these filters later down the road because I just discovered them and they've blown my mind. And just a quick summary real quick. A circular polarizing filter is like sunglasses for your camera. So essentially they're used to help reduce glare and reflections out of cars, windows, and so on. But another thing they do is they increase saturation and colors. So the colors pop so much more when using a CPL filter. After using one and seeing the results, I bought a CPL filter for all my lenses, and it truly makes a massive difference. But back to the point. This 50mm f2 Viltrox lens is a performer. At 200 bucks, this focal length, this size, this weight, I'm gonna say it is a must have. I love this focal length. At f2, you can do anything with it. You can shoot portraits, you can shoot street. I mean, this focal length is just the most versatile focal length, I think, and it's easy to recommend this lens. But as always, what did y'all think? Let me know down in the comments below. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Please smash the subscribe button because a lot of you aren't subscribed and definitely watch these videos and it helps out a ton. So please hit the subscribe button. And as always, I will see y'all on the next one. Have a good one, guys. Peace.